I'm telling you, it doesn't matter who your players are. You need that like guy at the front to keep that shit together.
All right, now moving away from England, what do we learn? What do we learn from El Clasico and Le Classique this week? Let's start with Sarah.
Okay, well, let's start with El Clasico. First of all, I can just say it was such a miserable Clasico to watch. Not even because Barca lost, because I expected it. Truly, with the form of my team, and especially like what's going on like politically in the club, I was like, there's no way we're gonna win. But even Real didn't look good. Like it wasn't. I think I tweeted this, but it wasn't even a game. More so that Real won, but Barca lost. Like Real didn't play, super well. We didn't see, like, there were a few chances here and there. Obviously, the Alaba goal was stunning. Benz had a few chances, but they also looked like a little lackluster. And Barca were just like, I don't know, exhausted, not motivated. They had no spark to them as per usual. We didn't start Coutinho. We didn't start Agüero. So all I learned is that, we pretty much are relying on the old guys and the big guys. We were throwing PK up into the penalty box every chance we could, and he was taking more strikes than Memphis Depay. Like, we're relying on Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba to make all those crosses. Like, it was just, it's nice to see these guys are still, 100% for their team, but it was so miserable just to be like, oh, seriously, these guys are like, 33, 34, 35, 36, like, how, like, what's going on? So I mean, it kind of just shows like it's still, Coleman's not meshing. The lineup was this, like Serginho Dest was playing up front on the left or on the right. Sorry. What like I saw the lineup and I was just like, yeah, let's just put the defenders up there at this point. I'm not bothered. Like, it was so confusing.
Yeah, I'll chime in quickly. Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't think we learned really anything from that match. I think that's what the case has been this entire season. It's been Barcelona, who are in 10th place in La Liga. That's probably where they deserve to be right now, and I think this match kind of showed that too. I think Real Madrid has a better shot of winning the league this year, which I mean is no surprise to anybody based on the way the seasons have gone. And they came away with the 3 points in a way that, perhaps they're not going to be too happy about. But at the end of the day, they came away with 3 points. So in terms of that match, I don't think we learned too much. Le Classique, if I'm pronouncing that right,
yep.
that was such a dull match.
Wow, that was terrible.
But PSG doesn't drop points very often. So I think what it did show is that even, PSG is going to be going for the Champions League this year, but even on, some of their days where these big matches do come up, they're not invincible, as, they've probably shown so far early on. So I think, anything can happen in terms of their run down the stretch. Like, they have to be on for every game, and if they're not, then they could be punished, even to a team like Marseille. What do you think, Sarah?
I honestly never even thought this PSG team was so unbeatable. And in fact, every game I've watched, whether it is Liga or Champions League, like, they are, in fact, like, quite boring to watch. And you see, like, the lineup they have, you look at them and you're like, and listen, my number one is there. I hope the best for him. But I'm looking at this and the team doesn't mesh. There's no communication, it seems like. They play really bad football, to be honest. Like, it's poor, it's boring, it's, and give credit to where credit's due, man. Marseille had a much better game than PSG, and Marseille's fans, guys, like, what a stadium to play in. These guys had to protect, Messi and Neymar when they were taking their corners, so respect that team and their fans. But I don't know, PSG to me is just showing that they started off well in Ligue 1, but what does that mean? It's Ligue 1. Like, this to me is not, like, it doesn't mean anything. And I honestly, like, if they draw points anywhere, I could easily see them not winning this league, because there are much better teams like, Marseille or Lille or even Lyon. Like, I don't see much happening with these guys.
You think they're better?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying that teams like Lille or Marseille could be better, because, I mean, at least they have, like, that, team mentality, whereas, like, PSG is just a bunch of superstars kind of thrown into the pitch, and we're like, that should make sense.
Listen, I'm a Jonathan David fan.
Come on, Lille, yeah.
They won last year.
Well, that's what I mean, though. And so I'm like, you know, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen with this PSG team, but I don't think a whole lot is going to.
Yeah, well, we saw that they didn't get a win here, but they still got, a point after, being down one man in the lineup. They're still 7 points clear. I know it's Ligue 1, so it's not like the best thing in the world. But yeah, you guys said it best. I mean, they're not invincible. They're not that type of juggernaut that is unbeatable. I wouldn't say that. Marseille, they came out, played a great defensive game, and honestly, they kind of let one slip away here because they almost had this match. And honestly, the quartet, Di Maria, Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, I mean, they didn't really generate too much. We didn't see too much during the match. So yeah, I agree with your points. Just talking about PSG, we had so many huge expectations for them in terms of just them coming out, destroying everybody within their path, but that hasn't really been the case so far. And yeah, we're seeing growing pains right now because, like Sarah, you mentioned, a lot of huge names being thrown together. It will take time before things get smoothed out. But yeah, it was intriguing to see how Marseille came out and played really, really strong during the match.
Can I just string all these three teams together that we spoke about and tell you what the common denominator is? Poor coaching. Guys, Poch is not the coach for PSG. You know how I feel about Koeman, and Ole is literally dragging your team into the ground. So I'm telling you, it doesn't matter who your players are. You need that guy at the front to keep that shit together.
That's true. I don't know about Poch. I love Poch. I
don't think Poch is good enough for PSG and these players, though. I completely think he's good, but this is a different caliber. This is look at the team.
That's true.